Sometimes there is a pressing issue that you want gone yesterday, but the body is going to heal the way it wants to heal. It may want to heal these other things first, and then it will get to that symptom that you want healed in its own time. What is the reason I'm even making this video? Like, why am I telling people not to hire me? Why am I telling people not to take homeopathic remedies? It's because, okay, number 8 is something that you may or may not be able to change. I'm on the stair stepper. I will not be on the stair stepper after reason number 2. So if me going up and down is driving you nuts, don't worry, that's almost over. Hello everyone. So today we have kind of an interesting topic. We're going to talk about 7 reasons not to see a homeopath or even take homeopathic remedies. But I have things to do today, so we're going to talk and walk. Let's go. All right, I will have timestamps in the description, so if you want to skip right to all the different reasons not to hire a homeopath or not to use homeopathic remedies, you can do so. Number 1 is you aren't familiar with homeopathy and what it is. Maybe you think it's herbs. It's not herbs. Make sure that you check out my video, What is Homeopathy, so you understand the difference between homeopathy and all the rest of the alternative modalities that are out there. Maybe you know what homeopathy is, but you don't quite understand how it works. You will get the most bang for your buck when hiring a homeopath or even buying homeopathic remedies if you understand how they work. I always like to recommend to people to read this book, Amy Lansky's Impossible Cure, because it really helps to understand the history behind homeopathy, which you don't really have to read about the history. You could skip that chapter, but it is fascinating and eye-opening. And also how it works, how homeopaths dose the remedies, which potency and why they give certain potencies for certain things, and why a homeopath might tell you take this and wait many days or wait a week or even wait longer. It will help you to understand the reasons that homeopaths make the decisions that they make. It might also help you to understand why you need to have a follow-up within 4 to 6 weeks. You can't just keep taking the same remedy, even though it seems like it's working. At some point, it's not going to be the right remedy for you anymore, or maybe it's time to stop it. Maybe it's time to change it. And you need to understand why a homeopath will tell you, we need to have a follow-up. I need to understand what's happening with your case on all levels so we know what to do moving forward. So those are some reasons to be familiar with homeopathy and how it works. It will help you to trust the practitioner and understand why they're making the decisions that they're making. I'm on the stair stepper. I will not be on the stair stepper after reason number 2. So if me going up and down is driving you nuts, don't worry, that's almost over. Number 2 is you want immediate results. So I was lucky in that when I first started homeopathy with my kids, one of my sons got immediate results. Like the next day I saw big results. Now that doesn't mean there weren't ups and downs and we didn't have to work hard to change things and maintain results and keep working to better the results. But it was very obvious within 24 hours that, whoa, this is something I need to pursue. With my other son, it wasn't so obvious. I would say it took 4 to 6 months of lots of trial and error for it to be obvious that, okay, this is gonna work for him too. So now if I didn't have the one son who was responding so quickly, I don't know, maybe I would have given up. I don't think I would have given up, but maybe I wouldn't have pursued it as hard as I did. And I even did my own little trial and error sometimes, which I don't always recommend, but I'm just that kind of a person. I'm a very do-it-yourself person. So, wanting immediate results will, one, maybe have you pushing through the remedies too fast, which will cause an aggravation. Again, it goes back to trusting your practitioner. You might not understand why you're not getting the results right away. You might think, well, this is a practitioner problem that I'm not getting the results right away. And you might jump to the next practitioner and then you'll be jumping around. I mean, I've seen people jump around from practitioner to practitioner. There's a process, there's a trial and error process that can occur in some cases, not all. You sometimes are looking for an immediate result in one area, but you're getting results in these other areas and you're not happy with that. So I can understand that. Sometimes there is a pressing issue that you want gone yesterday, but the body is going to heal the way it wants to heal. It may want to heal these other things first, and then it will get to that symptom that you want healed in its own time. And we can't change the way the body heals. We can only assist it in healing itself. Another reason to possibly not hire a homeopath or don't take homeopathic remedies is that you are a skeptic. And I can't think of any way to further elaborate on that. You're a skeptic that homeopathy works. You're a skeptic that doing anything besides going to a medical doctor is going to help you. And maybe you're not a skeptic. Maybe the person you want to help is the skeptic. Teenagers tend to be very big skeptics, and not necessarily because they don't believe in homeopathy, but because they're in this phase where they're pushing back against their parents. So anything that their parents suggest, anything that their parents stand for, they're going to push back. That's not true for all teenagers, but they're all going to have a little bit of pushback. Some are going to have a lot of pushback. And husbands, sorry guys, but I often find that husbands are resistant when the wives want them to see a homeopath or really do anything holistic or even go to the doctor. The husbands are skeptics, or they just don't want to be involved. I think it's important for them to help educate them first. And by the way, this goes back to what is the reason I'm even making this video? Like, why am I telling people not to hire me? Why am I telling people not to take homeopathic remedies? It's because I have seen all of this play out. I personally don't like working with people who are dripping with skepticism. It's not fun for me. I don't want to take the money of someone who's like, she's a snake oil salesman, and it's not a pleasant experience for anyone involved. So, and not only that, I have a lot of clients, family, friends who have experienced the healing power of homeopathy, and then they want to tell the world and they want to get everyone involved. And then they'll say like, well, why won't Aunt Susie do this, or why won't my friend do this? Like, I can you help her? And I'm like, no, if Aunt Susie's not on board, if your friend is not on board, I don't know. It's not the right time. Lead by example, tell your story, and then leave it at that. God is working behind the scenes in ways we don't know. And then we're, banging our heads against the wall trying to help them. It could be that they're going to remain skeptics their entire lives. It is what it is, and there's not a lot we can do about that. Reason number 4 is maybe you want to put all your eggs in one basket. You want to put all your confidence in homeopathy. You want homeopathy to fix everything in your life. Homeopathy can do a lot. Believe me, that's why I became a homeopath, okay? I've seen miracles work in my life, in my family's lives, and people I know. But homeopathy is usually not going to do everything, okay? It requires maybe making some changes in your life. It may require multiple modalities. I'm huge on multiple modalities. You may need some supplements. You may need to go get some blood work and find out if you have a nutrient deficiency. You may need to go do some acupuncture, chiropractic. It might be like a structural issue you're dealing with. I've even seen certain orthodontic procedures help people with things that they never in a million years would have thought was caused by an orthodontic issue, including my own son. I've seen it. Don't come to homeopathy thinking this is going to fix everything, because it puts pressure on the practitioner. It puts pressure on you to heal with just these remedies. It's not because I don't think homeopathy isn't powerful enough to heal certain things. It absolutely is. But, I actually made the mistake when I started my family on homeopathy of within 6 months pulling all the supplements out. And they did continue to heal. We continue to heal here. However, it might have been a smoother road had I kept the supplements in that blood work showed they actually needed. So, I later realized I was putting too much pressure on homeopathy, and then it also increases disappointment level. It's like, oh, I have this symptom, I'm going to take this remedy, and if it doesn't work, you're like, oh, now I have nowhere to turn. No, you've got 1,000 other modalities to turn to. Homeopathy may not be the right thing for that symptom. All right, the fifth reason is that you don't trust your practitioner. It could be that there's a reason that you don't trust your practitioner. Maybe you're getting a vibe. Don't go with that practitioner. Maybe you don't trust that the person has enough experience in whatever it is that you're dealing with. Don't go with them, or do more research, ask around, try to get referrals, things like that. If you don't trust your practitioner, you're going to be a little bit guarded about what they give for you to take, and you're going to be a little skeptical, and it's just not going to work. So just move on to someone else. Number 6 is you are not willing to look at maintaining causes. So what are maintaining causes? This is what we call them in homeopathy. They are things in your life that are keeping you sick. It could be a relationship. It could be a food that you're eating. It could be that you're, just generally not taking care of yourself. It could be that you have too much stress, too much on your plate. It could be you're exposed to a toxin or something in your environment. Mold sometimes is a big one. So if you're not willing to look at maintaining causes, yes, you can get well to a point, but there might be a point where you plateau and you're just not going to go any further because there's something in your life that needs to change. And I realize that we don't have control over all of these maintaining causes. There might be a situation you're sort of trapped in for now, but look at the situation and really ask yourself, am I trapped in this situation? Is there an alternative to this situation? Get real with yourself about that, because you may find that, this situation could change. I just don't really want to. I mean, that's okay. Maybe you'll want to a year from now. Maybe it's just not the right time for you to make a change. And that's okay sometimes. And I don't want this to go the other way where someone feels like, well, I'm trapped in this situation, so I'm not even going to try homeopathy because this thing that's keeping me sick isn't going to change. That's not always the case. My very first homeopath told me, because of the stress in your life, homeopathy is just not going to work for you. No. Homeopathy worked for me when I went to a different practitioner. That was her limiting belief. Yes, I had things that were making it harder for me to heal, and I had to take my remedy probably more often until some of those stressors resolved, but they eventually resolved, and healing is a very long-term process sometimes, full healing. Number 7 is you don't plan to follow up with your practitioner. Now, I personally like to make sure that everyone I see, whether it's family, friends, clients, gets some sort of a result before they have to pay to come back and see me. That's just, I feel good about that. I know I'm capable of making that happen 9 or 9.9 times out of 10. So I work hard to do that, whether it means we have a little 15-minute talk in between or we email back and forth a few times. I change the remedies. Stay in touch with your practitioner so that they can work some things out. If they ask you to email a couple weeks after taking the remedy or a week after taking the remedy, email them. Give them as much details about your case and your results as you can so that they can work on it. Your practitioner wants you to get results, not only because we're called into this industry, because we want to help people, but also our reputation is at stake. We don't want you going all over the place saying, hey, I didn't get any results. We don't want that, okay? We want you to get results. We feel confident in ourselves that we can help you get results, but it has to work both ways. So you do need to follow up eventually. The first remedy that is given to you or set of remedies is probably not going to resolve everything that you brought to the table to be healed. Okay, number 8 is something that you may or may not be able to change. Number 8 is you are not comfortable with highly nuanced situations. So if you're the type of person who likes to walk into a doctor's office and you like them to give you a prescription and they say, take this every night before bed, or take this in the morning with your breakfast every day, and then come back in a month, we'll talk about it. That's a pretty simple prescription to follow. We're going to take this every day at breakfast. We're not going to question it. We're going to move on with our lives, right? That's not the way homeopathy works. We try to make it as simple as possible. We try to give you dosing recommendations, But oftentimes, especially in sort of a complex situation, we need to sort of take the remedy as needed. Now, this could be hours apart in the beginning. This could be days apart. This could be a week or more apart. And you may need to be in touch with your practitioner in between doses so they can help you to decide when to take the next remedy. It may be that you take a remedy on a Monday, you take it again the next Monday, and then your symptoms sort of evolve and change. And now you need a totally different remedy. So there's no set path that we can predict the way your case is going to go. And there's usually no set dosing regimen. We try to do that as often as we can, but we can't always do that. And also you're going to have to look closely at your own symptoms. You're going to have to look at each symptom individually and determine, did this symptom get better, worse, or stay the same? And then look at this symptom. Did this symptom get better, worse, stay the same, etc.? And then sort of look at that collectively to decide whether or not you feel better. Because if you're just looking at the one symptom you went to the homeopath to heal, I don't know, let's say it's a backache and it's not getting better, but you're sleeping 8 hours straight, which you haven't done in years, or you have more energy, or something over here is resolving. That doesn't mean it's the wrong remedy. It might be that your body is fixing these things first, and then it's going to go and deal with this. And it may not be until the next remedy that it goes and deals with this, etc. There are symptoms that might stay for years before they resolve. There might be symptoms that never go away. Okay, I have a situation in my own home where we have been taking homeopathic remedies for 11 and a half, 12 years. And there's one particular symptom that I really wanted to go away 1000%. And it hasn't happened yet. And it may never happen. Now, yes, there has been an improvement, but it's not a 100% resolve situation. And it may never be. And it could be that this particular person is supposed to bear that burden or carry that cross in their lives. It might be sort of how they get the lesson they're supposed to learn in this life. So yes, there has been improvement. It still could resolve in the next 10 years fully. I don't know. I never give up hope. That's just how I am. But of the probably hundreds of things that have resolved in my family, this one thing, it may never. And again, I'm grateful that it has come such a long way, but it may never fully resolve. And that is the risk we take when we go on a healing journey. All right, so I think in the beginning of this vlog, I said there was going to be 7 reasons. I threw in an 8th one there. I hope that helped you in determining whether or not homeopathy is a path that you should take. If you listened to this video and you decided, it's not a path I should take, I don't want to have this nuanced situation, I don't know that I necessarily believe in homeopathy, that's fine. There's so many other modalities. There's chiropractic, there's acupuncture, there's supplements, there's craniosacral therapy. I could go on and on and on. Do those. Do something that feels right for you. And it might not even be that you need any of those things. Maybe you need to go swimming in the ocean more. I know I do. Maybe you need to go hiking and spend time in nature. Maybe you just need to spend less time with people in your life that bring you down or are negative. It's not always like a modality that you need. So keep that in mind too. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving me a like. Subscribe for more tips about homeopathic remedies and many other things. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.